Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the Dascar Phillips Cup Series season number 9 2017 here on Ziggo Sports. We are here back at the Columbia Superspeedway for Columbia Carrera Principal, or in other words, the main race over at Columbia. Race number 18 of the season, 15% and single points. And that means let's go to the starting grid first. And with that, we continue with our introduction. And well, the introduction is not really that broad, as I think last week we did pretty broad introduction. So once again, indeed, it took a while to get this race out because I have quite a busy few weeks behind me, and also the next few weeks will be quite busy. This week I will have to hand in a big project, then the week after that we'll have to do a presentation on that, and the week after that I have 3 tests. So for the next 2.5 weeks I will be pretty busy. So I'm not sure how many races I'm going to do. I am going to do some races, but I do have time for that. Probably next week we will get the All-Star race up and running. And well, for the rest of the season of the series we'll just see when those races will be up. Also, after those test races, of course, more fun things coming up very soon, because after those test weeks I'm probably going to be off. If I have no resits, I will be done the 29th of June. After that I will start the summer series, and there will be a lot of racing in those series as well, plus the Phillips Cup series, of course, so look forward to that. So for that, please keep an eye out on my Facebook page, and also for something else which is going on right now, and I'm not going to say anything else about it. You just have to guess. Also something that I just thought of. Yesterday I saw a video of which an American tourist said some things you should not do when you're over here in the Netherlands. And he said a couple of things which I thought, well, it's kind of obvious for us, of course, but maybe not that much for you guys. And I know that there are a lot of cultural differences between the Netherlands and the United States. I know the way that we look at each other might be completely different from each other and from the actual reality. So that way I thought, well, maybe it would be fun for you guys, or just to get to know each other's culture a little bit more. And of course it does not only mean the United States. I know there are a couple of drivers from a couple of your drivers who come from, for instance, Colombia, Puerto Rico, of course. Chris Dodd is from Puerto Rico, even though he lives in the States, that's okay. But there are some more foreign drivers, and I thought, well, it could be fun if we just have some sharing of culture. First off, just see how we look at each other's countries, and then of course looking at what of that is actually true or not. So therefore I proposed something which we could do together, and that's for you guys. For all of you guys, everybody is welcome. I've posted on the Dascar Facebook page, but everybody is welcome to participate. As for you guys to post a video on the Dascar or on YouTube, stating, well, what are your thoughts with the Netherlands, my home country? What are your ideas about how do you think life is over here, concerning, of course, food, culture, people, stereotypes. Of course, there are many stereotypes. for Dutch people of all eating cheese and walking on clumps or something, windmill or all those mills everywhere, and I don't know, crazy stuff. And Amsterdam being like 95% of the country, Holland being the name of the Netherlands, which is actually not true, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I thought it would be fun just to share those things. So upload a video if you want to participate. Send me the link of that either in the comments, well, below. I'm not sure if that is even possible. Otherwise, comment on the post post I posted yesterday on the Dascar Facebook page, and there's some more information on that page on there as well. So if you have done that, if I have a couple of people who did that, I will make a video myself saying, well, what do I think of what you think? If it is it true or not? Do I understand this thoughts that you guys have? And also stating, well, what I think of your country, which will most likely be the United States of America, and what I think are stereotypes and all that kind of stuff. So please let me know if you want to participate, and otherwise, well, you don't even have to let me know if you want to participate. Just if you want to participate, let me know where I can find the link, and let's get something fun started. So that was it for the other stuff. Now let's get back to the Phillips Cup Series, where we already had, of course, a sprint race a few days ago here at Columbia. A race I wasn't really satisfied about. I'm not sure how you guys think of it, but for me it was just that there was way too few green flag laps, and that's not necessarily because there were too many cautions. There were only 2 cautions, but that's just simply because this racetrack is pretty long. So if you do a 7.5% race, the race is only going to be 14 laps or something. I'm not sure how many. I think it was 15 laps. So yeah, if you then have 2 cautions of each round 5 to 6 laps, you're not going to have very many green flag laps left. So I wasn't really fond of the sprint race. I'm maybe even changing the sprint race format for the super speedways next season, either making the sprint races a little bit longer or just skipping the sprint race and doing a main race, which is going to be a little bit longer than the normal. So we just have to wait and see. I will have to think about it. So just so you know. Of course, I was not the only one who wasn't really satisfied. John Cedino's team had at least 2 cars wrecked. So Bruce Liljan finished pretty good. She was satisfied with, of course, experience she got up in this racetrack from the Starbucks and Gulf Superspeedway series. So, but the other 2 cars wrecked, and pretty hard as well. Sean Angel flipping over. So nobody from the sprint race got injured, luckily. So we're still with all 42 drivers on the start. Zachary Fitzwater, his luck was completely different, because he was one of the drivers who missed both the big crashes, and he was not the only one, of course. There were many or a couple of other drivers who had that happen. So very lucky for him, and he actually managed to finish that in top 10. So that's good for him. So, well, that was it for the previous race. There were 2 drivers one driver used a token and one driver used a D token, and pretty much just like we've seen in other races before, there was not really one car dominating the race due to the token used, but eventually at the finish it was the driver who used the token who won the race, and that was, of course, Denise Steinauer, picking up her 2nd victory of the season, and that's good news for her. Well, the good news for the other drivers is that in this race there's not a single driver who used a token. So everybody is fair level except for Debbie Myers, who used a D token, so she's going to be a little bit slower than the rest of the field. So everybody at the fair level playing field, and that's cool. So we're going to see how this race will play out in a couple of moments. Of course, Denise Steinauer, as said, she was already a winner this season, so that means there are no new additions to the All-Star race, which also means there will be a maximum of 21 drivers in the All-Star race, if I'm correct. So pretty much no new entries, so they will all come later. I will put it on Dascar Facebook page as well, all the drivers that qualified, and if you are curious if you are in the All-Star race or not. I'll look back on previous race, on the sprint race, and where I stated everybody who was in this, who is going to be in the All-Star race, and everybody else, of course, is going to be in the Open. So more info on that will come when it's time. So, and on the Facebook page as well. Looking at the point standings, we got currently Denise Steinauer up front in points, which is also not too big of a surprise. Aiden Thomas currently in second with 16 points behind. Third, we got Daniel Voiles also with a victory, and automatically, once again, if you have a victory this season, you are in the All-Star race. So Philip Goldberg in the number 4 is in 4th, which is pretty cool. In 5th position is Priya McShane, number 45. Anna Craig is currently in 6th. 7th is Sander Koers in 51 car, which is also still surprising. 8th, we got number 9 of Chris Gomez with 2 victories. Chris Dodd in the number 32 car has worked his way to 9th position in points. That's quite incredible. Also with a victory. And 10th is Debbie Myers, also with 1 victory this season. Other victors are Giancarlo Robles, who is in 15th. 16th, Max Anderson. Robert Goldberg in 18th. And 19th, Joseph Nasto. Then we got in 25th, Jane Pinter, which is also pretty nerve-wracking for him. And 27th position, Prudence Littlejohn. So remember, if you want to be chase eligible and you have a victory, you still have to be in the top 30 in points. So don't necessarily have to run the full season. So for instance, Martin Suarez, who's currently in 28th in points, if he wins this race, he's going to be in chase if he can manage to stay in the top 30. So please remember to comment. A couple of more drivers commented, and I believe there are only 5 drivers who haven't commented, of which 1 still has to comment only once, and that's Aiden Thomas. The other drivers are all the replacement drivers from comment deadline number 2, which are Anthony Lopez in 0, the number 15 of Nathan Ormond, actually there's somebody else, which I forgot, number 70 of Grace Nakavita, and of the 48th car of Martin Suarez. So those drivers still have to comment if I'm correct. I might be mistaken, but they have to comment twice still. So, no Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series. There could be a Dascar KLM Series race actually. I'm not 100% sure, but James said that he was going to do a race soon, so I'm not really sure if he's going to do a race. Of course, good communication, hooray. But we'll see. I would say keep an eye out on his channel, Dascar CA. And also, of course, keep an eye still out on the Utica Home Track Series channel of John Ciardino, because there will be 2 Utica Rallycross Series races coming up pretty soon, with the season finale at Deadman's Pool next week. So I'm really looking forward to this. Always a lot of fun. And I know there are quite some drivers in the Phillips Cup Series are also in that series, of course. So it's a lot of I really like that series. It's a lot of fun. So unfortunately, my sort of version with the Dascar Rally Championship didn't really work out. So it was somewhat sort of the same, but didn't really work out. So ladies and gentlemen, that means we got through everything, and we're gonna start this race. Okay, so here's the deal. What happened? I was doing this race yesterday. Everything you've seen prior to this moment is all recorded yesterday. I was doing the race and just sort of like everything fine. It was quite chaotic race, to be honest. Then I was showing some replays, and at one point I went on board with somebody, and as soon as I start, what was it? What is it? Go, run, or something? I don't know. As soon as I pressed play, the computer crashed, and I was pretty pissed off due to that. I didn't have any time to do or to redo the race, so I had to call it a day. And it's such a shame. It was all going well, and if I would have finished the race, I would have uploaded it probably already by now. But unfortunately, it wasn't possible. So apologies for that, of course, although I cannot do anything about it. But therefore, we continue now with this race. I didn't want to do the introduction all over again. So that is all the same. The starting grid is still the same, so everything's still the same. So nothing is new, except for that we have to say that our thoughts are with the victims of the fire in London, where a tower building went up in flames. And when saying went up in flames, I mean completely went up in flames. I think there's nearly not a single build or a home which is intact. There are, well, expected to be many casualties. Already 70 people taken to the hospital, 30 people in critical condition. Currently 11 confirmed dead, but that will probably rise to the 60s, 70s. Hopefully not, but it's such a shame. So it's really one of the most terrible fires I have ever experienced in my was 21-year life. But man, it was really terrible. So we have to say that our thoughts are with the victims and everybody involved there in London. And well, that's pretty much everything's new. It's kind of going to be a little bit busy day, so I'm not sure when this video will be uploaded. Hopefully I can do it soon, of course. It does think not really helpful saying now, but people over in the Netherlands who did exams all well, got the results back, and pretty much everybody I know passed, including Debbie Myers who's driving, of course, the 67 car, and Denise Steiner in the 77. Both of them passed their exam, so congratulations to them. Also my sister passed, and a couple of other very good friends, so everybody I know passed, so that's cool. So ladies and gentlemen, that means we're gonna get this race started, and hopefully we can get it going without crashing again. So once again, I'm not sure even if I've said it yet, but Betty Johnson in the 43 car is your pole sitter, with on her outside the number 06 car of William Brock. So expect this race to be pretty chaotic, just a typical super speedway race. At least we're looking forward to it. 30 laps around this racetrack. That means this race is twice the distance from the sprint race we did let's say a week ago. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for some great super speedway racing. The last race before the All-Star race, so that means if you still want to be in the All-Star race, you gotta win now if you haven't already. So the green flag is out. Betty Johnson in the 43 car will lead us to the green. I should do this. Thank you. So already 3 wide, and this could already be a trouble spot. 43 car with the 8 car right on the rear bumper. Look out, that is close, but everybody's still going strong, I think. We got a couple of guys already going 3 wide and 4 wide in the back of the field. Betty Johnson in the second place now. Oh, we got a crash! There we go, and this is a big one. We got the 27 car of Jane Pinter flipping right over every single person. Incredible crash over here already on lap number 1, turns number 3 and 4, race back to the line, won by the 06 car William Brock, who pretty much, oh, we got another crash. Oh boy. Well, this is quite reminiscent. Oh no, oh, that's a hard, oh, 2 hard hits for Chris Dodd. Oh boys, guys, please be careful, take it easy. Oh, come on, on the course, 51 car with a lot of damage to her car, but we had a couple of, look at this. Well, this is pretty reminiscent to what happened yesterday, except for that the size of that crash was much smaller. And I will tell you, I had there were 2 big crashes. The first one, of course, was pretty minor, but 2 different crashes, pretty much the same as now. And the second crash was the one which was probably the longest crash we have ever seen in the Phillips Cup Series. It started off in turn number 2, and it ended with completely over the backstretch, and even half a minute later they were still crashing in turns number 3 and 4. So that was absolutely incredible. But well, this is also a big crash. This time we started off with a big one. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at the replays. Caution number 1 it is. Okay, so I have to remember that there were 2 flips yesterday, which I noted down, of course. That doesn't count anymore. So at least one we can cross away, so then I don't have to put another stripe. Or how do you check? Or tick, whatever. So there will be another one. Not sure if there are 2 multiple flips in this one. At least Jane Pinter in the number 27 car went for a very wild ride. Now take a look at the number 0 car of Angel Navarro and the 08 car of Devin Roberts, and the 81 car of Daniel Voiles. And now Jane Pinter goes into the wall, gets pushed up in the wall, and look at that car flying. Incredible car, pretty much going up on his nose right until into the catch fence, flying over everybody, landing right on top of the 24 car, while teammate Giancarlo Robles gets caught up in it. Sonic Course, Angel Navarro and Chris Gomez involved, so all three cars of Jane Pinter Spody Motorsports involved in this crash. Angel Navarro lucky to not flip over in this deal. Kaylin Sang lucky to survive this one, if she does. Oh, she does. And Jane Pinter went for the ride of his life. Even more cars crashing over here. What happened with these guys then? Oh, there was a secondary incident, I guess. Okay. And this, this was pretty much cars trying to avoid everything. And then eventually there you can see the 27 car wreck. And the 05 car came down, hit the 15 car. 15 car goes around right in front of the rest of the field. And there the 59 and the 67 car get caught up in it. Hits the 81 car. 6 car involved. The 45, 59 already said. 54 car sneaks by in his blue M&M's crispy scheme. Sean Angel gets caught up in this one as well. Together with DJ Kirk, so the two Canadians going into each other. Look at that 72 car fly up the racetrack again into the 67. Almost going with all 4 tires off the ground if he did not already. There, Priya McShane, that was a lucky one. Lucky escape for, of course. We'll focus on the second crash in a couple of moments. First off, let's cover this one completely. And of course, we gotta get another camera angle over here. I am not sure exactly what happened over here. If it was just contact between the 0 and the 08 car that caused Angel Navarro to go into Daniel Voiles, or if it was the 0 car himself. There was definitely contact between the 08 and the 0 car. Whose fault this was, I don't know. So Dascar will have to take a look at that. There is pretty much, it started off with the 4 car incident and everybody behind there knew where to go. And as soon as the 05 car of Andre Bernaskis got down low, hit the 15 of Nathan Ormond, while Jane Pinter spinning in the air, all hell broke loose in turns number 3 and 4. Jane Pinter flying over Angel Navarro, over Nicole Tranowicz, and also partly over the 24 car, Giancarlo Robles' teammate that is. So we're gonna get an onboard over here with the number 27 car of Jane Pinter. Well, who pretty much took the worst of all. So we can all agree on that. And we go onboard with him. I didn't even see it coming. Wow. Hopefully Jane Pinter is alright after this terrible crash by him. Or well, for him I should say. And these guys are still dancing around. And then something went wrong over here with the 32 of Chris Dodd and the 43 of Betty Johnson. Question is what? Whose fault? I don't know. I think the 43 car may have come down. Yeah, I think the 43 car came down, but don't pin me down on it. So Alexander Rowe, the innocent victim in this deal. And there will be a lot more as the 08 car of Devin Roberts goes backward, well, sideways in front of the field. I already knew this is going to be bad, especially when the 32 car came down, because of course we all know what comes up must come down, and indeed that was the case. Here comes Keith Black, nowhere to go, bang, straight into Chris Dodd. Then Chris Dodd once again, bang, Alder Bernaskis, nowhere to go. While these guys wreck hard. Look at the damage on the 32 car, that's incredible. I hope that Chris Dodd is alright as well. Now Daniel Voiles, I'm not sure if there are more guys caught up in this deal. I thought there were, but well, these are all stationary now. Oh, that's close, yeah. So then the 08 car gets turned around, and there is the 29 car coming by. And don't know if these guys have damage. Who was it? Oh, it was John Arndt in the 09 car who hit the 48 or the 08. So, well, at least it was a little bit, well, not in size, not really as big as the first crash, but still it took out many cars. So, let's go on board with Chris Dodd over here, who took, well, the hardest hit in this secondary crash. So, look at this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Chris Dodd didn't move lanes, but he got the worst of it. So, and that's 2 very hard hits for Chris Dodd. We hope that he's alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, there we see the 09 car coming by, and there are not that many cars left anymore, I'm afraid. So, it's a battle of the fittest, the survival of the, well, no, survival of the fittest, and the battle of the longest survivor. So that means we got William Brock in 06 car up front. Will take you to the green flag it is. Welcome back again. We are over here back at the Columbia Superspeedway after 2 very big crashes. So we're about to go green flag racing once again. William Brock is in the lead with Aidan Thomas in second. Third is Ray Takeda. Fourth we got Joshua Chiculling. In 5th position we got the 23 car of Victor Gonzalez. And by the way, I should mention the 8th car of Ray Takeda is the only driver who has a warning from previous race, from the sprint race. I'm not sure if I mentioned it already, but in case I didn't, well, here it is. Then we got in 6th position the 52 of Cody Smart. 7th we got Henrietta Fitzwater in 30. 8th position we got Grace Nakavito. Then in 9th we got Philip Goldberg, and in 10th position is Denise Steinauer. And well, pretty much as said, 2 big crashes, and these guys in top 10, it doesn't pretty much matter if you are in top 10 or not. If you have survived these 2 crashes, you're already going to be sort of a winner. There are only 28 cars left out of the race due to the big two big incidents are Devin Roberts, Anthony Lopez, Audrey Bernaskis, Chris Dodd, Keith Black, John Arndt, Nathan Normand, Giancarlo Robles, Nicole Trenowich, Jane Pinter, Beth Black, so that's indeed both the Blacks already out, Angel Navarro, Chris Gomez, means all 3 cars of Pony Motorsports are out, and Zachary Fitzwater. So a couple of teams took big hits in this deal. So we're green flag racing at least. And I thought I already heard somebody hit the wall, but I must be mistaken. So, well, 28 cars left. I can already tell you that a couple of these 28 cars are not up to speed at all, especially at number 67 car of Debbie Myers. She's much slower than the rest of the field. These guys are going strong. 06 car up front, of course, teammate Audrey Bernaskis is already out. Joshua Chicully still have both cars in the race, so that's good news. Debbie Myers in the 77 car, working her way to the front, right behind the 52 of Cody Smart. Of course, Denise Steinauer, the winner of the sprint race, so could be 2 for 2 for her. We'll see. There's only 1 driver, of course, with a D token used, and no drivers with tokens, so everybody is on this fair and square level playing field. That was close. We got Henrietta Fitzwater up in the wall, but that will be no problem for the 30 car. She'll fall back, but damage will be minimal to her car, so that's good. That's good. I won't say what that's cool and that's good at the same time. So then you get what that's cool, whatever. Joshua Michaels going to the front. Both teammates involved in crashes. Actually, the only driver who have retired is Devin Roberts, though. Ray Takeda is still in the race. I'm not sure, by the way, if Ray Takeda was even involved, but we got, by the way, reports from Dascar that the 43 car of Betty Johnson has received a warning due to big one as a couple of cars go in the wall once again. Oh, look out, don't make it 4 wide, that's too narrow on this racetrack. But 43 car has a warning due to causing the second big crash. And the 2 drivers who caused the first big crash are all safe and sound. Oh, we got 3 cars in the wall. And that is Joshua Michaels going around. And oh, there the 83 car also goes around, so Oh, 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 that's close. That's very, very close. But, well, I gotta say, this could be it could have been a whole lot worse. But it played out only 3 cars involved in this deal, I guess. So, well, we're waiting for that. A couple of cars getting together due to a 4-wide situation and cars going from, well, switching lanes quite dramatically, which for some reason happens a lot on this racetrack. So, well, surprise, surprise, Ray Takeda, the only driver to have gotten a warning in the sprint race, is your leader. And that means we're going to take a look at the replays of caution number 2. Now, let's take a look at what happened over here, and probably I don't even think I've finished my story, but I think it was Angel Navarro and Ray Takara who went side by side for big one number 1. They have been cleared. It was pretty much all 2 cars going for the same real estate and just getting together. Racing incident, Dascar decided, so no penalties for those drivers. So, let's take a look at what happened over here. It was a 04 car of Joshua Michaels who gets turned around by the 23. The question is, did the 04 car get down or the 23 car go up? And eventually, Joshua Michaels will go into the 83 car, who will go into the wall. Joshua Michaels will go into the wall. And here comes Anna Gregg. Bang. And that's big time damage to that 18 car. The 04 car also with quite a lot of damage. The 83 car survived this deal with only minor damage, I think. He did spin around, by the way. That's also something which I should mention. As soon as he got on the apron, tries to come on pit lane. Here's the 30 car. Henrietta Fitzwater. Bang. And eventually they will turn around the 83 car of Max Anderson. Don't think it will be a penalty for the 30 car, at least. Just nothing that she could really do about it. So Max Anderson going around, Jane Pinter going around, and then Anna Gregg coming on pit lane. So, yeah, already a couple of drivers see their chance of getting in the All-Star race go up in smoke. And, well, still some big names are not in the All-Star race. Which includes, well, Anna Gregg is one of them, 16 points. All is very strong, but well, hasn't won in a pretty long time too, I think. Actually, I'm not even sure. I don't think Anna Gregg is in the All-Star race, but teammate Nicole Tranowicz is. So even though she's 34th in points, so let's go on board over here with Joshua Michaels. Ouch. So we'll just have to wait and see what Dascar will decide. Oh my goodness! Wow, Robert Goldberg flew by there, and he was not the only one there. Look at that, 72. Was it the 72 or the 02? I think it was. I'm not sure. One of the two. No, I think it's the 72 car of Sean Angel who went flying by there. So let's take another look at this camera angle. So just counting between the 04 and 23, I gotta say, Victor Gonzalez is lucky to survive this deal. He went through the grass, followed by Grayson Acavito, and well, they made it. And there's the 04 car going around. Only a minor crash for Superspeedway, and that was close. So these guys got lucky. Teammate of Joshua Michaels is Ray Takeda, and she's in the lead, and that means we're gonna go to the green flag once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again with the report that no drivers have retired from the previous incident. However, the 73 car of John Cittadino has retired with a tire problem. So he really has retired. Such a bad pun. But unfortunately the 73 car is out, and that while his team was doing such a great job with still all 3 cars in the race. And it wasn't always the case in the previous few races, so at least Ray Takeda is your leader right in front of Prima Shane, still looking for a first victory. Just like Joshua Ciccoli in the 19 car with in 4th position, by the way. With 4th position, the 52 car of Cody Smart. 5th we got Martin Suarez, and in 6th we got Philip Goldberg. Then in 7th position is the 70 car of Grayson Acavito. In 8th is Robert Goldberg. Denise Steinauer is in 9th, and Victor Gonzalez is in 10th. Victor Gonzalez has been cleared from the previous incident, caution number 2. It was because it was not he coming up the racetrack, but it was the 8th car coming down. So no penalties, or actually the 04 car of Joshua Michaels coming down. So no penalties from that incident. Green flag is out once again. And a good restart from Priya McShane. Should not pass the 8th car before the line, because that will result in a penalty. But I think they will be fine. So 45 car with Cody Smart right behind her. Oh, we already hear some cars going into the wall. We have another big one over here. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh boy. It's gonna be one of these days where everybody just keeps on crashing and crashing, and survival to fittest it is. Priya McShane up front. Cody Smart in 2nd, and coming down low is Philip Goldberg. We got a lot of rookies in this group, and well, only 2 sort of veterans, Philip Goldberg and Ray Takeda. So, well, coming back to the line. Oh, and there goes the 4 car up on his roof, and that's a big one for Robert Goldberg, who goes flipping over. Oh, what a crash that was for him. What a roll for Philip Goldberg in the 4 car. But he continues racing, so I'm guessing he's alright. And could it be possible that he continues running with his number 4 car? I'm not sure. There's a lot of damage to his car. You can see the roof all caved in, the sides all caved in, the rear end damaged. Pretty much there's not a single corner or part of this car which is intact. So, big one. And again, a 2nd crash just coming over the line, which is sort of a trend on this racetrack, and Ray Takeda comes in. Ray Takeda in the 8th car comes in. Yeah, probably involved in that crash with the 4 car. So, well, there are really not many cars finishing this race. So, Priya McShane, your leader. We're gonna take a look. Caution number 3 it is already. Good grief. Well, somebody was a little bit too enthusiastic, and that one driver is Denise Steinauer, the winner from the sprint race, and the person, one of the 2 drivers in the field who, well, graduated today. That's how it's called. Pretty much passing your exams in secondary school. It's called over. It's sort of like high school, but then the maximum age you're at, it's either between 16 and 18 when passing. So depending on the level you do. And Denise Steinauer, she was a little bit too enthusiastic, a little bit too pumped up, causes this crash, and I'm pretty sure that she comes up to race. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this will result in a warning for her, sort of penalty-ish. But, well, the problem is, well, she's out at the race, pretty much like her 2 teammates, so she's also wiped out her teammates in this deal. I mean, look at how many cars were involved in this deal. William Brock, Victor Gonzalez, Joshua Mike, no, damn it. Oh, and Sean Angel once again misses one. Oh, he has a lucky day today, knocking on wood. Caitlin Sang, Henrietta Fitzwater, DJ Kirkers on the course, Tommy Turbo, Betty Johnson, Joshua Michaels, Anna Gregg, and we got, I don't know how many cars wadded up in this deal, but there were a lot of them. And then eventually Max Anderson comes running in this party. I want to join the party as well. Well, I don't want to join this party, to be honest, but... Oh. It's such a shame. Such a big incident once again. I mean, we have had many big incidents for today, and just take a look at the size of this one. With this camera angle, it's better visible. So everybody behind there nowhere to go. So it's sort of at this moment you're just picking a lane, seeing if you can go through. Some did not. I think also the 2 of Aiden Thomas got lucky in this deal. So as you comment though, one race only. So let's get another. Well, let's go on board with somebody. I don't know. Who shall we go on board with? That's the question. Let's go on board with, oh, Betty Johnson. No. Who was behind this deal? Yeah, let's go on board with Henrietta Fitzwater. She was quite far behind everything, and still gets caught up in this big one. Well, that's also something. For some reason, these guys don't live unless it's absolutely necessary. So, Henry and Fitzwater got by pretty well. So, of course, also retired in the 51 car, which is a tough deal for her as she was finally in the top 10 in points. Also, a lot of damage to the 62 car now. This wasn't necessarily the biggest incident. Well, it was sort of in size, but not in type of crash. Because that happened once again coming to the line, well, just after crossing the line and taking the caution. As here contact was made between Cody Smart and the 4 of Philip Goldberg. And this was a big one for the number 4. He was running 160 miles per hour and he goes flying through the air, flipping over, landing on his nose. See that the 8 car also sideways in front of the field. And slamming into nobody. Except for the wall. Ooh, Prudence Littlejohn got a big piece of this as well. And Joshua Ciccoli, if he survived this without contact, he's a master. Oh, I think he did. That would be absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this incident. Second flip of today, so I don't have to put a cross, but this will be flip number 23 of the season, so next time I will have to put a cross. Again, adding to the flip counter. Let's go on board over here with the 4 car. But running in second place, and that's a tough deal. Sort of like unexpected, suddenly gets turned around. And one person I want to go on board with is, of course, as said a couple moments ago, Joshua Ciccoli. Did he survive this without making contact or not? That's the question. Here we go. Brace yourself. This is going to be wild. I think it's also sort of a racing deal with the 4 car coming up and the 52 car coming down. Wow, how did he not hit those guys? I mean, of course he missed the 52 car here. The fact that he missed the 52 car is already quite amazing. I mean, the 52 car goes down. Now watch as that 4 car is flipping over. Watch that 8 car come up the racetrack. Completely misses the 8 car. Watch the 4 car as he jams on the brakes. And barely makes it by the 4. This is skills combined with luck, which is definitely necessary and which is going to give the 19 car probably a good result if he can stay in the race. All these guys are not even back from the big crash they had. So absolutely incredible. And Pre McShane is your leader, so that means we're gonna go to the green flag once again. It has been a battlefield so far today, and the fact that if we look at how many cars are left proves it. We got Pre McShane in lead with Martin Suarez in second, 2 laps cars on the inside. We got the 70 car of Grayson Acavito in third, with fourth Joshua Ciccoli after his amazing dodging of 3 spinning cars, one flipping over. In 5th position we got Sean Angel, also has dodged a couple of big ones. 6th we got the 54 car, I'm surprised he's still running, to be honest. Robert Goldberg. 7th we got Alexander Rowe, also surprisingly still running. 8th we got the 81 of Daniel Voiles. 9th we got Henrietta Fitzwater. 10th is Aiden Thompson, you can already see the rest of the field. We got the 8 car, the 23 and the 29. And then of course the 2 left cars means we got 15 cars left. Out are Philip Goldberg, Cody Smart, Prudence Littlejohn, Anna Gregg, Max Anderson, Joshua Michaels, Betty Johnson, Denise Steinauer, Joseph Onesto, DJ Kirker, Sonne Course, Debbie Myers. 15 cars left. Ouch. And we're just crossing halfway home, so at least hopefully we can then bring it home till the end. So that will be then alright, but I think we got only 5 cars which are undamaged in this race. And that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. So we'll see. 5 cars battling. Pre McShane, Grayson Acavito, Martin Suarez, Joshua Ciccoli and Sean Angel. 5 rookies, if I'm correct. Pre McShane? Yes. And yes. Yes, obviously. Yes. Oh, Grayson. Yeah, I'm not sure about Grayson Acavito, but I think he is a rookie as well. and Rocket Twyman wasn't, and Sean Angel. And maybe we got some more cars which are also pretty fast, so we'll see how this race will play out. At least we got 3 cars now battling for the lead. Priya McShane has never won yet before. Joshua Cully and Grayson Acavito, same story. Martin Suarez also, so we can have a new driver adding their list into victors in the Phillips Cup Series. So we'll just wait and see. It's gonna be a tight battle because these guys know the All-Star race is on the line. This might be one of the last chances you get to get in, well, in getting in the All-Star race. And getting in the All-Star race means you are for sure going to be in the or in the playoffs. It's not going to be called the chase anymore. It's just going to be the playoffs. And well, still have to figure out everything, but doesn't even for those drivers it doesn't even matter if you are going to be in the top 30 in points or not. So that's going to be very interesting. Priya McShane running away from the field a little bit. We got 4 cars battling up front over here. Joshua Cully. What would it be if he wins this race? He would be the man of the day, absolutely for sure. Maybe he's going to be anyways, because the way he dodged the 4 car flipping, the 8 car spinning and the 52 car spinning, that was absolutely incredible. Well, I said he's probably going to finish in the top 10. Well, here he is running in the top 5 even. And going for the lead as he goes down low on the 45 car of Priya McShane. Sean Angel has given up the battle and surprisingly has fallen back to 8th position, but I think he will be satisfied if he finishes at all, because his 2 teammates are all out. Grayson Acavito still battling with the 19 car, so the outside run got, the outside got a better run this time. Priya McShane still up front, and Priya McShane has been really surprising all season long. We knew that she was going to be fast, but this fast as a rookie, being 5th in points, no victories though, but being 5th in points, and if I'm correct, she has been the points leader before this season, just had a bad race. So it's only a matter of time for her to win the race, and it could come today, although Joshua Chicali is picking the high line, and that's also interesting from the 19 car. Grayson Acavito and Martin Suarez all far behind in points because they haven't even run the full season yet. Well, for heck, that 70 car, this is only his, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th race. And he's already going for the victory. That's cool, love it. Martin Suarez and Grayson Acavito, by the way, still have to comment both of them 2 times this season. So, yeah, that's also something which they do have, or they need to do, otherwise they will lose their spots. They have till, well, just I think around 10 to 12 more races to do so, so no real big hurry. But still, Priya McShane in front of everybody, and well, it's not really like she has to block everybody. For some reason, it's not too easy to pass, but well, it is a shame, to be honest. We only have 4 cars battling for the lead. I mean, this racetrack is awesome. Just I think it's too aggressively set, to be honest. Drafting distance is too low. But super speedways are always difficult to judge. I mean, at Talladega we had it often before. As the 70 car is coming down low again on Priya McShane. Could this be the lead change that the regular viewers are waiting for? Ooh, not yet. But the 70 car is, the 45 car is not cleared yet. Here comes the 19 car. Can he pull up the upset? Joshua Chicoli, can he do something amazing? Goes to the outside of the 45 car. It's the 4-man battle for the victory and for the All-Star race. And still Priya McShane in front. So, what I want to say, oh yeah, it's something we've seen at Talladega before, just a huge crash happening on lap number 1, and then the rest of the race just sort of like boredom with the leftover 10, 15, 20 cars or something, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. To be honest, I thought that the Zandjoltis main race was one of the best races so far, but I'm not sure about the sprint races, to be honest. Okay, so I did pass the sprint race at Zandjoltis, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Let's cars, here we go. So we got the 06 car of William Brock and the 29 of Caitlin Sang. And remember, Caitlin Sang is a teammate of Joshua Cicchelli. Joshua Cicchelli, who is right behind her now. Can she help out her teammate? Or will she block him? She will block Martin Suarez. At least the 06 car will block Martin Suarez. And Suarez is gone. At that moment, Grace Nacavito is very close near the rear bumper of the 45 car. More left cars coming, well, in half a lap away from this deal. So I'm not sure if we're gonna meet them before the finish of this race. When is Grace Nacavito going to make his move? Well, there are two possibilities. Either you stay behind the 45 car, thinking, well, I should wait till the end of the race to make my pass, otherwise there's gonna be many cars coming by me. On the other hand, that 45 car has been leading for the past 6 or 7 laps, so there are not many chances you're gonna get at this racetrack, because passing is quite tough. So when you get a chance, you have to do it. And I'm not sure if these guys are, maybe these guys are waiting till the end and they're just trying to see, okay, when can I get a run, when can I get a good momentum to take that victory. Of course, the 45 car is sitting duck in this deal, and it's not like she's doing anything crazy like blocking or something. It's just that she has the clean air, she has the momentum, and everybody else behind her is just, well, trying to do the best, trying to get some runs, but not gonna happen. So Priya McShane with 3 laps to go, still up front. Will she get more aggressive near the end of the race? That's not sure. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Coming through turns number 2, onto the backstretch again. And Joshua Cicchelli, yeah. Joshua Cicchelli and Grace Nacavito running side by side. And it's indeed Martin Suarez is gone. There's no way that he's going to catch these 3 leaders anymore. Unless there's, no, caution means race over. So, unless the left cars really hold up these 3 leaders, then he will have a chance, but we'll have to wait and see. We've seen it before. Somebody from far away just getting, well, what was it, Michigan earlier this season, where Philip Goldberg got held up by a left car with 1 to go, by Max Anderson it was, and who was eventually the winner of this race? The 91 car of Dom Caps. So it is possible that left cars are going to play a role in this deal. So this track has something of Michigan, to be honest. It's more like this is the Superspeedway version of Michigan. It's a cool racetrack. I mean, it's very fast. It's 2.5 miles, and yeah, passing is difficult though. So at least this 45 car of Priya McShane has been leading for the last 10 laps or so, and she will have to do it one more time. Can she pull it off? Priya McShane in the 45, or will the 19 car of Joshua Cicchelli ever run? Here comes the 19 car to the inside. Did he wait till the end of the race? Maybe he did, but Joshua Cicchelli pulls it up on the inside of the 45 car of Priya McShane. And the 2 will go into turn number 3 and 4 side by side with half a lap to go. Who will get the nose? Will it be the 19 of Joshua Cicchelli, or will it be the 45 car of Priya McShane? I think the 45 has it. No, indeed, it will be the 45 car who will win this race. Priya McShane does it over at Columbia for her first career victory. And that is awesome for her. We saw a move of Joshua Cicchelli, just couldn't keep the momentum on the inside. And Priya McShane got by, took the victory and the checkered, and it's over. 15 cars finishing over here, and the rest is done. Out. Over. So, want to have more details about the All-Star race? I would say I'll come on the Dascar Facebook page this weekend, but at least we know that Priya McShane is going to be in the All-Star race, and that means we're gonna get 20 cars in the 19 or 20 cars in the All-Star race. No, I think 16 plus 4, yeah, 20 cars in the All-Star race, I think so. Fan vote coming up soon as well. Some other things coming up soon as well, so Priya McShane, your victor. And hooray, we can say that this race is official. There we go. That's done. So, that's good news. And Pre McShane, of course, the winner of this race, with Grace Nakavito in second, Joshua Kelly in third. The only drivers that could keep up due to the 45 car, and then Martin Swartz as well, but he fell back due to lap traffic and couldn't keep the momentum going out of the draft, and it's fourth place for him, so still solid. And Sean Angel, finally another good run for him, although I think he would have hoped for a little bit more, but at least he will be happy that he won this, or at least he got top 5, because look at the difference between 5th and 6th. Ray Taka only finished 0.03 of a second behind Sean Angel, so that was a very close finish. Also, Henrietta Fitzborn in 7th position, solid job by her, just like for Victor Gonzalez in the 23 car, the only driver from that team to have finished pretty much like the 30 car as well, I believe. 9th, actually not true, because Daniel Voyles also finished in 10th position. 9th, Robert Goldberg, after teammate Philip Goldberg went for a wild flip. And the rest of the field is, out, sort of, like, of course, 15 cars finishing. And here you can see the rest of the field, so it was a pretty crazy race. Once again, 3 cautions, not really what we hoped for, so we're gonna see what will happen. Normally, I keep, after every race, I just take a look at, okay, if this race was a pass or not for next season. So far, many races have passed, except for, South Boston main race wasn't the best, to be honest. Michigan sprint race wasn't the best, but the other race of that on those tracks were fine. Rockingham is probably going to be out, and everything else, all the other tracks are awesome. So, except for Columbia, so we're just gonna have to wait and see if we're gonna either adjust the setup of the format of this race, or if we're gonna go and do something else at a different super speedway, because there are many of them. So we'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. First, let's take a look at the top 10 in points. And of course, the All-Star race entry list will come in the coming few days, so keep an eye out on the Dascar Facebook page for that. Denise Steinauer, 23rd, points leader, and that's an ouch. We got the number 2 of Aiden Thomas in 11th, and probably that will hand, no points lead for him yet. Daniel Voyles in the 81 car, 10th place. Philip Goldberg in number 4, in 16th, and Pre McShane, the winner. So it seems like in top 5 in points, the only driver who had a pretty bad race was Denise Steiner, but overall they finished pretty well, so that's surprising. But then we go to the rest of the top 10 in points. Anna Gregg, cannot find her, 19th. Sander Kors in 26th. Chris Gomez in 41st. Chris Dutt is 32nd in the 32 car. And Debbie Myers in 27th. So none of the 6 to 10 in points, nobody from those drivers have finished the race. Point. So it seems like there's gonna be some gaps between the top 5 in points and the rest of the field. So at least we're gonna see what will happen in the points. You will see that in a couple of moments. Of course, the All-Star race is coming up next, as well as some other fun stuff. So keep an eye out on the Dascar Facebook page for more information and cool stuff and videos and all that nonsense. So we're gonna go to Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're gonna go to the All-Star event, which will have a different format from last season, but still pretty good format. Hopefully it will be an exciting race. Of course, lots on the line from that race, so I would love to see there. But for now, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see when you will see me again. For now, thank you for watching. I'll see you with Dascar Phillips Cup Series, season number 9, 2017 on Ziggo Sports.